Yeah, a number of critiques have already been made of the government's proposal. One I've already mentioned is that it doesn't really deal with the influence of the union in terms of the productivity of Pemex as a company. But a second one, which is very, very important, is the question of the regulator. At this point in time, there's a very, very weak regulatory body in Mexico, which is called the National Hydrocarbons Commission. It lacks resources and it really lacks teeth to implement regulation. But the biggest problem with the commission is that it is controlled by the Energy Ministry, and the Energy Ministry also controls the national oil company Pemex, which means that you have a very strange situation. When private firms are looking at investing in Mexico, they'll be regulated by a body which is owned by the same organization that owns the national oil company, creating an entirely unlevel playing field. And something desperately needs to be done about that. The last point that I'd mention is there's a lot of questions that remain over the national content requirements that the government wants to put into the new oil contracts that it's going to issue. And nobody knows exactly how much national or local content is going to be in there. The private sector is worried that if those levels are too high, then the Mexican economy will not be able to supply the goods to meet those requirements. And that will mean that there's a significant delay in implementing the new legislation and new contracts.